Good morning everyone and welcome back. I am getting picked up by Dad. He's down here now putting the trailer on because we're going to grab our new purchase. One of the things I am looking at getting this season though is an aerator. I've been looking at these Rada ones. They're only 2.5 meters and that means our tractor can tow it, but we're getting a lot of pulling at the moment with our grass, so big clods are coming out. And I think if we start aerating, I think we're gonna fix the problem, or at least minimise it. I'm thinking. What do you reckon?
Yep, quite possibly. But is that an aerator or a ripper?
That's an aerator. That's on the photo. I've bought this so Dad can have a look at it. There's.
Not that I know anything about them, but and how deep does that go?
Well, you can set it to what you want with the packer roller on the back, but you want to aerate down to about 300 to 400 mil, I think. Sort of. The thing is that I reckon we're only living in the sort of top 6 to 7 inches of the soil at the moment, whereas if we aerate it and we can get the roots deeper, we can just get deeper, which in theory, like the grass should hang on a little bit longer if it can get down to a little bit of moisture in the summer, but also we'll have a bit more longevity because it won't get pulled out how it is at the moment. So hopefully we might look at this once the maize comes off, or somewhere around there in February, March.
Oh, there it is.
Oh yeah, there it is. There's a couple of them there. So this is our new purchase here. We've got another hay rack. We've got one of these. We probably bought one, what, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago?
15 years ago.
Might have been 10 years, yeah, 10, 15 years ago, and now we need another one. So it's exactly the same, and they've put some skids on it for us this time because it doesn't come with that, or it is an optional extra actually. One of the things I'd like to get in the future is a diesel tank. So one like this, with 4 legs, although I'd like to get a split one. How big's this one, Chris?
This one's 590 litres. Like the replacement for a tripod too.
Oh yeah, and then is that just it's not split?
That's not split, so that's probably just petrol or diesel.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That's probably, what did you say, 590 litres?
590 litres.
Oh yeah.
The smallest one we do is an overhead gravity tank.
Oh, so that's the smallest one. Yeah, I'd probably almost go the next size up,
Yeah, so the next size is like a 950 litre
yeah.
split.
Oh yeah.
Split at 350, 600 if petrol's allowed on the farm.
Yeah. Well, if we're going to get one, I reckon a split one's the way to go.
Yeah, so.
And then what, these look pretty big and pretty flash.
These things here are top of the range with the electronic monitoring on.
Yeah, it's even got a swipe card. Far
Yes,
out.
swipe card, pin codes for the, guys, that's a 3,000 litre double spin, that one.
3,000, yeah, probably a little bit big for us.
Diesel.
Probably a little bit expensive too.
Yeah, well.
How big's the biggest one you make?
10.
10,000 litre.
This is one of our main range.
And that just sits on the ground, obviously.
It's on the ground, yeah.
What size are those ones there?
That one there is a 400, 900 litre split.
Oh yeah.
1400 overall, and the one next to it's a single compartment, 1400.
Oh yeah, 1400. So that would be the next size up. So we'd want one in between the one we've just seen and that one.
We want the 950 litre split.
Overhead gravity tank, yeah, so you don't need a pump or anything.
No pump.
But that would be ideal. And then these are new ones here that haven't been painted up.
Just waiting for instructions for pumps.
Oh right, okay. So do you make to order, or do you just make them and then add on later on?
We make to order, but we make to design because of the compliance on tanks. You have to make them the way they register with WorkSafe.
Yeah, okay.
So we've got a variety of pumps that can go on them, but generally speaking, the tank body itself is the way it is.
And do your splits, do you have like, or the customer can decide what split they want in the tank?
Yeah, so the single skin tanks, you can split them pretty much wherever you want, so long as there's enough room to put the pipes down.
Yes.
But we've got a few standard splits as well.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah, it's quite cool. So
yeah,
it's another thing that's on the wish list.
Oh,
Oh, looks like there's some off for painting now, is it? Do they go get sandblasted and painted?
Yep.
How far do they have to go?
Just round near the hospital. Tower Street too.
Oh yeah. Geez, it looks like it's pretty busy around here.
It's all go here, mate.
How many guys you got working on site?
No, that's just here.
15, far out.
A bit shorter than usual at this economy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right,
Do you have trouble getting staff? Like there's.
yeah.
When it's busy, we do.
Yeah.
9 times out, and you put the word out, amongst other staff, but have they got mates or sometimes we've been to Wintech and got we've got a couple of good guys from here.
Yeah. Fast forward a couple of days, I've just gone into town and bought a bit of chain which I have connected onto it, although this chain's probably a little bit big for this, but it's all that Wrightson's had, so I just grabbed it. It's also maybe a little bit too long. I might chop it halfway and then I can use that somewhere else. I've just attached it with a D shackle. I hope that's big enough as well. So this base here, I've gone to the bottom frame rather than this one. Trish said that they've got one of these at their place. They've got a few hectares out in the country where they live. She used to have Red Devon cattle. I'm not sure if she still does. They're really nice. Your dad actually bought some bulls off her way back that he used to put over the heifers, but I think they ended up being sort of too big a breed, so gone back to Jersey. But however, but she says that they have one and it's fine on the base that it comes with. It's just that when dairy farmers or farmers take them up the races, that's where it sort of wears out, and that's where you need that big base, which yeah, I would definitely recommend. If you are looking at getting one of these hay racks, definitely get the bigger base on it. Here's the old one here, so you can see it's pretty much exactly the same. There's not much difference between the two, and this is the one I was using, this green one here. It's got this hay rack up the top there, but the thing I don't really like about it is that to get it down, just because it does swing, you've got to take these clips out here, and it's really annoying, especially when like the calves are sort of bunting you and it's a bit fiddly, and then you've got to sort of stack the hay in there and then lift it up again. I always thought it was a real pain, and you couldn't get like a whole bale in there. You'd really struggle, whereas these, they fit easy a whole bale, if not more. You can probably get like a bale and a half in there pretty easily, and then all you've got to do is just flick that it's on this end here, you just flick this latch and then it just folds down. Oh, it's a bit tight. Oh, that's because it goes the other way. Folds like that, and it's really easy to fold. So stoked to have 2 of them now. Makes it easy, one for each mob. I've got my first load of PK arriving this afternoon. I think Brett said it was coming at about 4:30, so I need to get rid of this wood chip so he's got somewhere to dump it. Doesn't actually look too bad. I need to bring the leaf blower down, just blow all this loose stuff out of the way, but it's fairly clean. It's only 12 tons, which is just a truckload, so it should fit in about here. Doesn't take up too much room. Quick scrape with the tractor and it looks better again. I'm going to use that bucket load for my fruit trees. I'm just going to whack it around there, and I topped a few calf pens up in the weekend with a few more loads. The reason I was saying I'd quite like diesel Bowser on farm is because we don't actually currently have one. So we have got this old tripod 3-legged thing here, and the problem is that they won't fill these up anymore. So if you want to get fuel delivered, they won't fill these up, just standard. I think you can get them taken away and they'll sort of refit them and put 4 legs on or whatever, but this thing's got diesel bug, and that tank's probably only 300 litres maybe. Looks like a 200 litre drum would fit in there, so maybe just a little bit more, maybe like 250, something like that. So it's not quite big enough. We do have this plastic tank here, which I think is about 500 or 600 litres, and it's currently on a pallet at the moment. It's sort of made for like the back deck of a ute. It's got a pump on it in here, and it's just diesel. currently need to go and fill it up. It is sitting empty. So what happens is I'll put that on the trailer with the pallet forks on the tractor. Dad will go to town, take the trailer in, fill it up wherever diesel is cheapest. Most of the time it's in Hamilton, so it's like an hour round trip, at least an hour and a quarter round trip, because they fleece us in Te Awamutu. I don't know why it's so expensive there. But he'll take it over, fill it up, and then I've got to take it off for the tractor and put it back in the shed where it's locked up. Dad's actually rung one of the fuel companies though, and someone's coming out, I think tomorrow, to have a look, see if they'll fill this straight up on farm, or at least we want to get them out and just see what it would cost to get fuel delivered. So if we're going to get a tank like that, it's got to be cheaper than taking that over. It is an absolute pain having to load that up and take it over to Hamilton all the time, but then again it's sort of got to be worth it, otherwise we might as well just keep what we're doing. I know it seems a little bit unusual doing it that way, but it is saving us money. Those fuel bowsers probably start somewhere about 5-6 grand, and then again if the diesel on top of it's going to be more expensive, then it is a bit of an outlay for, well, you're not really saving anything. So yeah, it would be nice, but we'll see how we get on with that meeting. Those mainline tanks, they make awesome farm tanks. I don't think, I have been thinking about it, I don't think we'd need a fuel or like a double fuel one, like diesel and petrol. I guess that would be nice and pretty handy, but the only things that run on petrol are the motorbikes, and we can just fill 20 litre drums with them. So maybe like a 900 litre fuel bowser would be nice, and the ones on the stand are all gravity, so nice and simple. My PK bunker is still empty. He did say 4:30, it's after 5 now, so he can't be too far away. But that'll pretty much sum this video up, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and apart from that, see you next time.